like for my own mental health, I don't think I could do that just because I've heard all those scary stories. But yeah, don't feel the need to keep it PG. I feel like you can get through a lot of bumps in the road if your physical relationship is intact. First one, and then the second one is just like really, put the knife in and twisted it. Bread lately, which is not a good healthy thing. You need more help than I can give you. That's crazy, girl. I'm like a walking oxymoron. I have my fuzzy cozy blanket and then I have frozen apple cider slushy. But it's so good. I have been having so much fun with YouTube lately. I've been vlogging all the fun things we've been doing, all the pretty fall things, and it's a lot. I'm so excited to just slow down a little bit today and just have a little girl chat. It's been a while. You guys always love these, and it feels like an actual conversation where we can just like cozy up and get to know each other better and just talk about things in life that affect so many of us. And it's sometimes easy to feel lost and feel like you're the only one dealing with certain things, and that's not true. So I hope that's what this video is for you guys today. And also it's a little break for me to just live life without filming. Like this week I didn't film all the things well, I did. We did do some fun stuff, but I put that over on Instagram. So maybe you want to follow me over there if you like day in the life reels and things like that. I think I just posted an evening in my life, my 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5. So yeah, there's lots of fun stuff over there on Instagram if you're wanting more. But anyway, I wish we could all just cozy up and have a little sleepover together. I made us cinnamon sugar pretzels. Ranch is still my favorite, but these feel super cozy for fall. I'm sorry, I can't really share with you, but I asked you guys a bunch of questions over on YouTube and on Instagram as well. But since this is a cozy girl chat, I thought what better way to start it off than by showing you guys some fall fashion. Not just any fall fashion that I have designed. I think I started sketching these things in the end of summer 2022. So this has been a long time coming, and some of you are asking, when's the collection live? As of right now, as you're watching this video, it is live. I have the link for you down below. Go check it out right now, or even better, online shop while you're listening to the Q&A. It's perfect, it goes hand in hand. But I'm gonna take a couple minutes here to walk you through the things that I designed and what was going on in my head, and then we'll get right into the Q&A. So if you're not into fashion, if you're just like a Scrooge who likes to wear the same thing every day, just kidding. I feel like if you're on my channel, we like a lot of the same things. I worked with Inherit on this collection. It is available on their website, inheritco.com. And if you can make your whole wardrobe be from Inherit, you go girl. They have the best, most elevated fashion. I love it. It's so good quality. They have lots of good basics, and that's kind of where I wanted to add my flair to it. There is basics in here, lots of really good basics, but then also some flair as well and some fun fashion. But this first will start, I should just have worn this today. It's so cozy. It says, Chasing Golden Hour, which is the name of my collection. And this is on a plush cloud crew neck. You guys are gonna love it. And I have it in a small and it still fits pretty oversized. I won't include images over here, but it's just so cozy and you're not gonna wanna take it off. And I just love the quote on it. It's just really pretty. And the idea behind Chasing Golden Hour is that golden hour is that short amount of time as the sun is starting to set, right pre-sunset, and everything is just like golden. The light is bouncing off the trees and filtering through the leaves, and it's just so pretty. If you're a photographer, you like live for golden hour. And I feel like there's so many fleeting little moments in our lives as women and moms and, you know, whoever we are, that we just want to grab onto and hold a little bit longer. But the reason it's special is because it's so short. And so this is basic clothing that's also elevated as well, and it's just perfect for everyday life, for chasing those golden moments and making the most of those special moments in our lives. And what I want us to remember with this collection and this Chasing Golden Hour is that it doesn't always look how you would think. It's not always the glitter and the gold and everything. Sometimes the golden hour is just in the little mundane things. Today, me and Evonnie were sitting at the table. She was painting and just singing, and I was editing on a video. The rain was falling. It's still hurricaning out. It's crazy. We have a tropical storm moving through. That was like a little golden hour, a little golden moment for me, and yeah, I want you guys to notice those in your life. So I have that on a crew neck to help you remember that. And then the other thing that has some pretty strong ties to our collection name is this tee. It is like a dark rusty peach color, and on it, it has golden hour over the water. It's just like a very minimal, modern looking graphic tee that is great to tuck into all kinds of things. It's longer, so you can tie it, you can do whatever. But yeah, lots of different ways to wear that. But why don't we move on to the star of the show? Have you guys taken your family photo shoot yet? If you have not, I think you guys should order this. It is gorgeous, and it's just subtle in its coloring, but super dramatic in its styling and the ruffles and the flare, and it's super thought out. And Harriet Clothing Company specializes in modest pieces, and I live and breathe that. Like, that's what I wear. And so I felt like in my element when I was designing things, because I know what us modest girls are thinking about when we like buy something. Like, oh dear, I'm gonna have to wear a layering piece with this. What color should a layering piece be? And like, you know, all those things. This actually comes below your elbow, if for those of you girls that care about that. And it is going into fall, so that's nice. The V-neck is like a flattering V-neck that's not super low. You will not need anything underneath it. And then it also has buttons, so you can get in and out of it easily. You could nurse in it if you are a nursing mama, but it is just such a pretty, subtle floral. The best part is I was able to create some mommy and me pieces with this outfit, so it comes in a little girl size as well, which is so cute. Slightly different style. The bodice is smocked. But Evonnie loves her dress like that. She thinks it's a princess dress. She said she feels like a president when she wears it. So maybe she feels like the old-fashioned vibes that it's giving. I don't know, but I just love this. It's nice and long. You can wear it with heels, and it'll still be nice and flowy and dramatic. So anyway, that is one of my favorite pieces. She's called the Carolina. She comes in size extra small through, let me get this right, extra small through 4XL, and then the little girls is extra small through 2XL, and Evonnie is just so in the extra small. I'm wearing a medium here, and in all these shots, I took them yesterday, I'm 20 weeks pregnant. So things fit a little differently than when I originally designed them, but I want to keep my original size because I'm going to be wearing these pieces fall after fall after fall, and so I want to stick with my original size. Also, I wanted to add that I did do some curating and some shopping for, even though I didn't design the accessories, I picked them out. Here's the dressy shoes you just saw me in the pumps. I love the color, and they're so versatile. They match so many different things. They're closed toe for winter. And then this bag I just think is so pretty. It's like a small one. And it does have a longer strap on the inside, I believe. Yes, right here it is. And so you can kind of wear it a lot of different ways. Okay, what should I show you next? How about something cozy? Okay, I designed the ultimate shacket for fall. This thing is definitely a shacket, so there's like some weight to it. It's warm. I love the coloring on this. I went back and forth, got opinions from my friends, and in the end we settled on this one. It is so perfect. I made sure it did not have those weird buttons at the flaps. It's just like an open flap there because nobody needs buttons like right here. You know what I mean? And I designed it with like kind of a balloony sleeve to make it feel not just like your husband's shirt. It has some more feminine details to it. And in the shot you're looking at here, I'm wearing it over, this is probably one of my favorite pieces. It is actually what I'm gonna call a layering piece, but it is a dress. We called it Ivory. This is the Vanna dress in Ivory. It has long sleeves, and it is a dress. So you could wear it plain, but I wouldn't recommend that. That's not what I designed it for. It is a sweater dress, so it is gonna show some lumps and bumps, even though I did pick a nice, sturdy, thick fabric. It's still, you can't get away from that. But the idea is to wear this like a layering piece. So you have your dress, and then you can throw all of your favorite pieces that you already have over top of it. This is a staple that you're gonna have for so long. I would say stay true to size, or maybe you could even size up one time, and then just keep this in your closet for the next 10 years. It's gonna work for you for everything. And I love this silhouette when you're pregnant, because then you have like a bump in the front, but then when you wear something long in the back to cover up your butt and like keep you warm on your arms, it's just such a classic look that I love so much. And I knew I wanted to create a more modest version of a sweater dress for my collection, and it was tough, let me tell you. Honestly, I'm still waiting on the final version to come in. I'm filming this a little bit early, so the one I'm styling is not quite exactly right on the skirt. I had them cut it a little bit more skimming, so it's not gonna hug you quite as much. But again, like I said, you could wear it plain. That's not what it was intended for. That's not how I designed it. Throw all your favorite jackets and long cardigans, whatever you want with this. I love to wear this with my blazer that I already have. I call it a blazer. It's just like a long duster, and it looks so good with this. And then just to add a little like special touch, we did buttons here at the shoulder. So it does look really pretty if you are wearing it plain, or another way to do it would be to tie a shacket around your waist. Still covers up your butt and smooths out any lumps or covers them up or anything, but you have a dress on. I don't know. There's so many ways to wear this thing, guys. This is probably the piece I will wear the most this fall into winter, not just because it's forgiving cut, you know, it's stretchy, but also because it just goes with so many things that I already have. Honestly, you get this piece and all of a sudden your whole wardrobe, I'm looking at my closet right here, all of a sudden your whole wardrobe comes alive again and you have something new, a layering piece to wear with all your favorites that you already have. So definitely check out the Vanna. She is a true star. I have one more dress, but I think I will save that because I already just showed you two. Dresses are my favorite. I'm a dress girl. Let's just be honest. Also, I think you've been seeing these white boots. They're white, I will tell you that much. So you're gonna take a little bit of tender loving care, but I love them. They're just perfect, and I love the brown stripe on them. They're more of a sweater boot. Okay, you saw this skirt before when I was showing you the tees, but this is actually something I designed for the spring 2022 collection in white denim. Guys, white denim is me. It just is. But some of you were screaming, I'd buy it, but it's in white. I can't buy white. That's like my rule. Okay, well look, we now have the Farrah in a jean wash denim skirt, and she is so beautiful, so pretty. Perfect wash. Not too faded. It actually is more subtle in real life. For some reason, the lights are making it look more like splotchy than it is. It's a very subtle fade, and this looks good with everything. I wish I had styled it with my belt that I picked out for this collection. It would have looked so good together. Maybe I'll have to film a cutaway clip of that for Instagram or something. But yeah, love that skirt. It looks good with everything. And it's a perfect length to show off your boots that you want to wear with it. Okay, this is probably the piece I will be wearing the most, and I'm excited to take this from fall into spring. It's more of like maybe what you'd think of a spring color, but guys, have you ever seen this color with brown or camel? It looks so pretty. I would love to pair this with like a white skirt or a black skirt and like black, I don't know. This color just looks so good with all the neutrals for fall, but then it adds a little bit of pop and a little bit of specialness. And it's a t-shirt, guys. That's all it is. It's a basic t-shirt. This is called the Larza top. It comes in dusty rose, and the sizes are extra small through 2XL. And it, like I said, it's no fuss of a t-shirt, but then it has all the special details with the lettuce leaf hem and the buttons. And guess what? You can buy these shirts other places, but they're so frustrating because you have to size up like 3 or 4 times, first of all. And then the buttons gap. We can't have that, right? No matter how far you size up, you still have that problem some. So we decided we were going to have it sewed down. So it's a t-shirt. You pull it over your head. The buttons do not work, and that is intentional and on purpose because us modest girls don't want to be worried about flashing people, you know? Or none of us really do, right? Whether we consider ourselves modest dressers or not, that's not what we're going for. It's not a classy look. So I love this shirt, and I'm hoping that you guys sell it out and beg for more. You guys are really good and supportive. Beg for them to do more colors of this because I would buy them. I would. Yeah, super fun. And then the skirt I was wearing that with is also another one of my absolute favorites from the collection. This is a very interesting denim skirt because I wanted something that read gray but was a little more interesting than that. It's like a very light black because they have white threads going through it, and it's very subtly distressed. You can hardly even see it on the camera, but it is subtly distressed. So I feel like it's good for all ages. Like when things are too ripped up and too distressed, I feel like people a little bit older than me feel like they can't wear it. Not with this one. You can wear this no matter what your age is. And look how fun. The inside of the pocket is like black. I think that's so fun, but you can't really see it. And again, I wanted just something lighter, but not white. So this thing is super forgiving and very nice. You can wash it and wear it 100 times. It has a nice stretch to it. And it comes in sizes 2 through 24. I am wearing, now remember, it has some stretch to it. I'm wearing a size 6 here, and I'm 20 weeks pregnant. I just don't wear denim skirts once I get to be a certain size. I don't find them super comfortable, but this one still kind of is. I was shocked. So there you go. I hope that helps you with knowing what size to get and everything. And of course, it has the very thoughtful inherent details with the cream stitching and the inherent button and their patch on the back. I just know when you invest in a good skirt, you want it to do everything. You want it to be perfect in every way. I feel like this one might be it, and it's a unique wash. I'm sitting here cozied up in this blanket. This is also available, and it's so cozy, so soft, and goes with everything. I like how chunky blankets add texture to like a room. You know, you have like soft, smooth upholstery, and then you can throw a cable blanket over top, and it looks really nice. Okay, the last skirt I wanted to show you is a black skirt. I knew I had to have a black skirt in my collection, but Inherit already does their black skirts so well. So we were trying to figure out what hole there is in the market. And sweat sets are so in style right now. People wear them all the time for better or for worse. So we wanted to elevate that look. And so I actually took a mini skirt that I saw that I thought was super cute and turned it into a midi skirt rather than a mini skirt. It's hard to see, it's just a black skirt, but it's not. because if you buy it and feel it, it's like a teddy bear. It is plush and fleece on the inside to keep you warm. If you're not a leggings girl, really, you could probably get away with not wearing leggings in the winter and just wearing this because it's so warm. And then we wanted to add some interest to the hem. So you can see that it's like double top stitch the whole way down, and then it opens up like an envelope kind of. It's just so pretty and thoughtful and like a little bit special. The waist is also like where the money's at. This thing is awesome. It's thick and it has a little bit of control, so you can feel like smoothed out in it and everything, but it doesn't like hug you uncomfortably, if that makes any sense. I have the small here. The Winnie sweatshirt skirt actually comes in extra small through 4XL, so I'm in there small, and you can see how much stretch it has there. Honestly, I had this on. Actually, I think there's still some pancake syrup on it. I had this on right before I started filming, and I'm like, wait, I have to show it to you guys. I have to take it off. So there she is. A very nice basic staple for winter. I would not be wearing this in the summer. It's gonna be like your best friend all winter long. So there you go. Okay, finally we're ready for our last dress, which is actually a jumper. It is the Marlowe corduroy jumper in camel color, I would call it. It is perfect. It is soft. I wanted something that was a little more feminine. Everything you get out there that's like a jumper is super boxy, no shape to it, and they're super hard and stiff. This fabric is very soft and very flowy. I don't know if you can tell. It has like not tons and tons of body to it. And that's so nice. I love that. And then we have the pretty coppery buttons going the whole way down, and then it does stop before the hem so that you have a little bit of walking space, and I think it just elevates it and looks more fancy that way. Another thing to note is that the back is adjustable. You can either have it on the last button or the first button, and either way looks really cute. So you can kind of decide how high you want it to sit on your chest. And the buttons work to your waist, so that's how you can get it on, and then after that they are sewed together so you don't have to sit. This is another thing. I think about these things, guys, because I wear these clothes. When you're sitting down and you look down and you can literally see into your skirt through the buttonholes. So we thought of that, and you won't have that problem with this. There's also pockets. My collection this time is pretty heavy on buttons, but there's also lots of thoughtful pockets put into these pieces as well. So I hope you guys appreciate that, and when you wear it, think of me. Oh, it's so comfortable. And this one also comes in the little girl sizes, which honestly, it's even cuter on the little girls. What can I say? Oh, it's so precious. And then probably the most elevated basic that I think you guys, I convinced Inherit to carry this in more colors because I was like, you're not gonna just want it in one. It's so perfect. And that's the top I'm wearing right here. You saw me wearing the white one with the Marlowe that I just had on the screen. And honestly, I keep saying the word perfect, but we put a lot of thought into this shirt as well, and it's really nice. It's a nice length. You can tuck it in, but there's no extra, so that you don't have to worry about like, where are you gonna put it? I'm gonna have a lumpy, bumpy hips, you know? It's perfect length, and the sleeves are super fun. They're bell sleeved, so they add some fancy and flair to everything. So you could wear it plain like I am now. This is the dark plum color. But we have it in black and white as well. I could show you the black, but it's really hard to see on camera. So let me just show you on the white one. The back has a keyhole back with the covered buttons, and then the ruffles are just so pretty. I mean, you can just see it here on me. I'm wearing a small, and I feel like if I'm gonna be nursing a child soon, I should probably size up to a medium because my body is changing a little bit. But normally I would be a small. That's how we designed it. But if you want it a little less fitted, I would say size up to a medium. There's a couple more bags in the collection, some white sneakers. These boots are everything. They're like a soft suede in such a fun mocha color. They zip up and they also lace. These are probably my favorite shoe in the collection. And we have hair ties, and look at this little bow Evonnie was wearing with her jumper in our photo shoot. It's just so precious. Oh my goodness. So check it all out online. The Golden Hour collection designed by Megan Fox with Inherit Clothing Company. You guys are gonna love it. I'm so excited to see what pieces you buy, and please share on Instagram once they come in. I love to see you guys in your outfits. It just makes me smile, and it feels like I did something. When I make a video, it's hard to know and to measure what I actually did, but having a modest collection that can go out into the world and make it a little bit more beautiful, make your lives a little more fun, and just give you like some confidence when you go into your closet that you have some pieces that just work for you. That's just really a worthwhile feeling. I have quite the room to clean up here. Here's a backpack I forgot to show you guys. It's so fun. It's like a carpet bag look. So many good gift items and stuff in here too. KJV Bible with a pretty leather and gold cover. Oh, it's been a labor of love, and I'm so excited to finally share it with you all. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Now let's get into the Q&A. So I fully intended to sit down and put some thought into these questions, but I started reading like the first 4 questions, and with each one, I just was like, I could spitfire, rattle off about that one for 10 minutes. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't prepare because it'll give you guys a more raw answer. And also I feel like you guys are asking some really good questions that I could go on for a while. So we're just gonna start at the top because those are the ones with the most thumbs ups, and that means more of you were interested in them. A bunch of people want a short update on Josh's new job. He's still doing it. He is not going to be doing the trailer setup and things coming up here in the future. It's just crazy hours. He'd have to set it up and then tear it down at the end of the day, and then he'd be doing all kinds of other stuff in the middle. He is not on the trailer very much anymore because he trained people and they're doing all the donuts and stuff. I think he makes the first batch of dough every morning, but other than that, he's just like a jack of all trades, going everywhere, fixing everything, doing all the stuff. And so that at least is gonna change, maybe more. I will keep you updated in the future. I feel bad for Josh sometimes. Like, I feel like he's in a position right now where he has so many opportunities on his plate and I'm not sure what he's gonna pick yet. So I will keep you updated. But I will say most things about the job are good. Like, I could go on and on, but the hardest part is probably the having somebody else own your schedule. That's definitely tough when you are an entrepreneur and a business owner, and then you're giving up that freedom and that control. So that's something that you have to think about if you're going to become employed. It's definitely something to consider. But he loves the work environment and he loves the guys he gets to work with, and he's learned so much about business in the last 6 months, and he just works with some really good upstanding guys that he really looks up to. So I love seeing that come out of him, like the conversations that come out of there. And we just went and visited him the other day for lunch again. It was great. Honestly, it was so fun. Food was good, playground, got to see Daddy during the day. That was super fun. By the way, I'm sitting in my pretty bedroom. It's so gorgeous, and I just wanted to give another quick shout out to Calico Creek Home. They are in my area, but you can find them online as well. And I love their style, their taste, their curations, and everything that they have. And if you ever come to the Lancaster County area, shop in store. It's just quite the experience. Someone says, I enjoy your videos and appreciate your wholesome family content. Do you have family devotions, and at what age do you include your children? We do have family devotions. Any night we're all together at home around the table. I have a book, I will link it down below, Stories of Jesus, I think it's called. It's basically going through the New Testament. It has beautiful pictures. It's nice and short for the kids. We've been doing it for the last year, I believe, and we're not quite done with it yet. There's 3 questions at the end, so he asks them each a question, and usually I am bustling around cleaning up the dishes, listening in, and the rest of them are sitting around the table. I used to sit down too, but I wasn't really needed, and I'm still, if you know how our kitchen's set up, I'm still right there. So that's kind of how we're making it work. Someone keeps saying, you keep mentioning your desire to homeschool Evonnie. Have you given it more thought? You would be great at it, no judgment, blah, blah, blah. The homeschool conversation is such a fun one, and I actually watch a lot of homeschool moms on YouTube, but it is just not right for our family in this season. And I will say, we just came out of that going back to school season. I saw a lot of things online, Instagram accounts and stuff that I used to respect and love and kind of have a sour taste. Just a lot of mommy wars and throwing shade without judging at the other sides, whatever they were. And I just hate that. So I don't even want to talk about that conversation. I think I admire so many different ways of educating your kids, and you just have to pick what's right for you. I don't want to be an advocate for one or the other. I have chosen something that's a little more niche. Not a lot of people send their children to a private Christian school. And so I could talk about that more, but I don't know how many people are actually interested in that. It's something that is working for our family, even though there's downsides. I hate the fact that she goes to school 5 days a week for 7.5 hours. I think it's unnecessary in some ways, but it's also so much better in a lot of other ways too. So mixed emotions on that one. I don't have a lot of feedback at the moment. And I think in another life, I would love to try homeschooling. In another life, I would love to live in Utah. In another life, I'd love to live in the mountains of Tennessee, in Florida. You know what? We get one life. And so we just have to pick it and go. Okay, she wrote a really nice comment here, but her basic question is, I'm sure I'm not the only one who likes hearing about your favorite fall dishes and what they might be lately. We're doing a lot more comfort foods. I made mashed potatoes the other day, which I never make. My kids were so excited. I grew up with mashed potatoes pretty often, but they're so much work. But we had mashed potatoes and roast. I'm actually having company on Sunday from church. We're the host family. So I was kind of practicing for that because I thought if it's gonna be a blustery, rainy, hurricane-y type of day, I want something more cozy. Apple cider slushies are the best. Just buy apple cider, stick it in the freezer for a while, stir it up, and it is so good. It's not really a recipe. I'm getting into more hearty soups again. I have an amazing Italian wedding soup on my website. Check that one out. And I want to make supper in a pumpkin coming up here, although it might be lunch in a pumpkin because Josh is not a fan. But it is so good, so creamy. It's all in a pumpkin with sausage and rice, and the kids love it. Super delicious. My mom found it, I believe, in like this really old newspaper. So it's like it's something we make every year. It's a tradition. And I would say if there's one baked item that you need to make this fall, it is my pumpkin bread with brown sugar glaze on top. It is just out of this world good. I will let myself make it one time this fall because it's too good, if you know what I mean. Hi Megan, what is your go-to favorite pregnancy drink and food cravings with this little one? I don't have anything specific. It's just when I want something, I want it now, and it has to be that, and nothing else will suffice. Like if it's mac and cheese, it's gotta be mac and cheese. You know, and if I want something sour like apple cider, it's gotta be apple cider. Although it's killing me. There's so many good unpasteurized apple ciders around here in this area. Like so many different people make their own, and I'm pregnant, so that kind of poses a problem. I really have been into cranberry walnut bread lately. It's not a good healthy thing. Oh, I have a Catholic girl who wrote in and she wants to know if I was always Mennonite. Yes, I was. My parents were, and my grandparents were, and I think my great-grandparents were. I don't know how far back it goes. My one great-grandma, her name was Edwina, and she was adopted out of the Reading orphan system. She was actually in an orphanage, and so I have Bowers in my blood. That's one last name that is not a Mennonite name, and so she actually was a first-generation Mennonite. So that's some interesting history there. But yes, I used to think my backstory was so boring and not worth noting, but I heard a TikTok reel the other day that talked about that's just showing God's faithfulness like generationally, from generation to generation, that someone showed God to their children and made their children want to find out more, and they accepted Jesus, and it just kept going. And so that is really cool if you think about it. So if you have that same kind of testimony, it's powerful. It really is. And God, you know, saved me from so much having a Mennonite upbringing. But yeah, she did note how the Catholics and the Mennonites have a lot of similar beliefs, and those beliefs stand out so much more in this crazy world we're living in. This one I wanted to talk about from One Blessed Mommy 4024. She said, "You seem like you are always so full of energy on your videos, constantly on the go. Are you ever tired? What's your secret in having so much energy to keep you going until bedtime? I begin losing momentum after 5 p.m. Any tips would be great. I'm a working, homeschooling, full-time pastoring mom." Okay, wow. You need more help than I can give you. That's crazy, girl. A working, homeschooling, full-time pastoring mom. You go. That's amazing. You're allowed to be tired by 5 p.m., I would say. Honestly, I'm usually tired by 5 p.m. Let's be honest. I feel bad. Josh comes home from work and I'm like kind of drained already. And I'm like, either I can get a second win by going on a walk, or it's just all downhill. I just can't get much done. I honestly don't get a lot done in the evenings. After supper, I will go on a walk. It'll get dark. I will get the kids ready for bed, maybe do a little bit of tidying up or something. And yeah, I'm not a night owl, but I did want to address this because no, I'm not always full of energy. No, I'm not always constantly on the go. I'm creating content for YouTube, and I create, honestly guys, I've been having so much fun with YouTube lately. I'm just putting things into YouTube, my YouTube videos that I would want to watch. And I just sat back the other day and watched my autumn reset, just the last run through before I posted it, just to make sure everything was good. And I just genuinely enjoyed watching it. It's just what I like. It felt like an art form to me, but that's truly what I love. And so I'm gonna keep creating content like that, because you cannot predict if a video is gonna do well or not. It is depressing, it really is. So at the end of the day, when you put in the hours of work for a week, you need to know that you loved it and you are proud of it and that you gave it everything you got, because that's all you can control. You cannot control if YouTube decides to show it to people or not. You really can't. So that's what I put in my videos, things that I'm doing and thoughts I've been thinking about and just mom stuff. It's great. I really enjoy it. But you have to remember, it's like the highlight reel. In between, you know, you see a 3-second clip of me washing dishes. No, that took a half an hour. You know, I'm doing lots of boring things too. And I don't know how many of my videos you're watching, but if you noticed, 90% of the content happens between like 8 in the morning and 5 in the evening. I'm not really filming much after that. I'm dead, I'm tired, I don't have much to share. I mean, there is some exceptions of course too, but you're not seeing my full day at all, and I wanna be honest about that. And I will say, when people ask me how do you have the energy that you do, it was really rough my first trimester, but I would say I do have energy, but that's because I'm just like on or off. I'm done by 9 o'clock in the evening. I'm ready for bed. I will like do Instagram on my phone or watch something, chat with Josh, read a book. Like, I'm done at 9 o'clock. And I'm not really a morning person. I'm more of a morning person than a night owl. Like, it just takes me like half an hour to really be thinking well and on my feet. Megan, does it ever take a toll having your life recorded most of the time? Does your family ever burn out with the camera being around, or even yourself? I know we only see certain portions of your life, but nonetheless, it's a curious question. I think I talked about this more towards the beginning. This video right now, this Q&A, is kind of a break for me to not have to film everything we're doing, all the fun stuff. I don't consider myself a family vlogger. I just kind of show my life. And the holidays theme, while they're my favorite videos to edit, they're a lot of work to film because I'm taking my camera with me while we're doing those fun things. So it's kind of like a trade-off. I like to have a mix. If you've been on my YouTube channel, you know it's like, I call it a magazine. It's Megan's magazine. Random stuff, all kind of tied under the homemaking category, lifestyle category, but you get the sit-down videos, you get the vlogs and stuff too. So do I ever get burned out? Yes. I just filmed a what I spend in a week video, and so every day I had to check in on camera, and that can be tiring. You don't always feel like being on camera every day, and so those videos are special. I do them once or twice a year, and I will say with the camera thing, my kids are getting older, and with that they want to be on camera more, which I don't like. So I'm always telling them, oh, I'll take a picture and send it to grandma, or we'll send a Snapchat to grandma. My daughter especially, every time she does a cool project, she's like, can you video it? I'm like, I'm very proud of you, but we're not gonna like put you on camera all the time, you know? And so it's interesting. I know I've heard a lot of families say it works the other way. The older their kids get, the less they want to be on camera. But if I'm on YouTube for the long haul, it cannot be about my kids. I don't want my kids on a lot. They're just like the little sprinkles here and there just to show you that, look, I do have a life as a mom of 3. But yeah, you already know their names and some of their general interests and stuff like that. That is enough. So yeah, that's a good question. And I feel like every YouTuber would have a different answer for that. Oh, people were asking about my birth preferences. I'm almost, Anna Everett says, I'm almost 38 weeks with my second girl, and I'm so excited about your pregnancy as well. I know it's a little early, but I'd love to hear if you have a plan yet, like at the hospital or birth center, home birth, what you typically do for coping with labor, etc. I just want a healthy baby, so that's honestly what I worry about the most. That's what I want. As far as the experience of it all, I just want to hold that baby in my arms. But I will say, I did think about it this last time. I was listening to, like, what was it, an Allie Beth Stuckey, maybe YouTube podcast about the horrors of the hospitals and how they're so messed up and blah, blah, blah. And the way you're supposed to have babies is at home. And it was very one-sided. And it made me like think, man, maybe I'd want to try that. My last 3 I've had in the hospital. But I can't plan that way because so far, every time I've had an issue with, like, I've never gone into labor on my own, ever. 8 days late, and then 3 days late because I let them induce me. Well, I never had to have any Pitocin in my life. It always, my body just kicks into high gear as soon as they give me some Cervidil to soften me up. So I have really, really good induction stories. You can go back and listen to them if you're interested. But every time I've had to go into the hospital so they can monitor me. My 3rd one had very low fluid, so that's why I was there. Praise God, everything was fine, even though his cord was knotted twice. He did great through labor. It was a quick labor, so anyway, it was just all glory to God. And so I realized, even if I want to dream and think about a birth center or a home birth, at the end of the day, the chances of that happening are so small for me. Like, they're so small. Unless I would just go like 14, 16 days overdue. And I, like, for my own mental health, I don't think I could do that, just because I've heard all those scary stories. Some in part because of the midwives I go to. They're very, like, pushy after you're a week overdue. I mean, you can still say no, I did. But yeah, they've seen some horrible things, and you can't lie about that. So that's just some things that are going through my mind. I know half the things I just said you might totally argue with and disagree with, and that's why I love you and you love me, I hope. I don't have super strong opinions. I can see a lot of different beautiful ways of bringing a baby into the world, but I think this time we're just gonna stick with the plan and hope that I can go into labor on my own. I just want a healthy baby. I don't worry about the birth that much. Just get me my healthy baby. And I'm so glad I've never had to have Pitocin, so then I've never had to have that epidural. It's been, like, honestly, best case scenario. Thank you, Lord. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on being a wife, specifically how you love on your husband with little things that you do for him. Do you ever plan date nights? How do you fill his cup? What lunches do you pack for him when he goes off to work? Kind of all the things that being a wife who pursues her husband entails. Sometimes I feel like everything revolves around what a husband can do for his wife, flowers, chocolate, chores around the house, etc. But what can we as wives do? I'd love just some fun and PG ideas. First of all, guys are so simple. Like, isn't that why we love them? Like, don't keep it PG and they're happy. It's pretty much very easy. And cook them a good meal once in a while. Sorry, Josh. I'll let him watch this before it goes out into the world. But yeah, guys are simple creatures, and that's really, really nice. But I will say, I think that would be a good podcast topic we should talk about sometime. And I will say it's something I'm hesitant to talk about right now because I feel like I'm really bad as a wife sometimes right now. I was listening to Melina Ciciotti. She had a series on respecting your husband, and it was so convicting. It was so good. And it was just so much food for thought. And I'm like, wow, I'm like a worm. I'm like a crusty, yucky, oozing worm of a wife. I need to do so much better at this. And it was just super convicting and powerful. I need to listen to it again. You guys can go watch it too. Melina Ciciotti's, I think she has 2 of them. You have to listen to the first one, and then the second one is just like really, put the knife in and twisted it. As far as marriage, I don't know. I could give some fun like ideas and stuff for that, but maybe I'll talk to Janet. Maybe we'll have to do a podcast on that. But yeah, don't feel the need to keep it PG. I feel like you can get through a lot of bumps in the road if your physical relationship is intact. Can you show us the toys your children play with? Would love to see how you keep your kids entertained while you do chores and cook. Oh my goodness, it's so fun. Like, I don't have to set things up for my kids. They go find those things and they play them. Right now they're really into Sorry, the game Sorry, like the board game. Miller loves riding around in his little riding toy thing. Magnetiles are super popular. Anything arts and crafts, Evonnie will do. She comes home from school and like will create things for them to do. They are really good players. They've always been that way, like independent play. But yeah, that could be a good video at some point, but it's not a very quick, easy to answer question. I would love to know how you keep your life so organized. I need all the tips. I'm a mom to 2 and love watching your videos. I would love to know how you keep your life so organized. I need the tips. That's from Jesus King Jesus 9775. This is like my passion. I have made tons of videos on all the different things. My life is not that organized. Like, come into my home and there's so many corners that could use some tender, loving care, and they would get that if I did not do YouTube and spend 30 hours a week on that. So my house is never ideally how I would like it. It's never, hardly ever, maybe twice a year is it all picked up and like showroom ready. But I think finding a system that works for you to stay organized. For me, that's the 3-block system from my planner. So I designed a planner that I can share with you guys. I'll put the link down below. I have my mornings, my afternoons, and my evenings, and that just helps me to see lights at the end of the tunnel. You know, it's not just this one long day that drags on, and it keeps me on my toes. And plus, it just has to be organized because I have so many things I need to fit into this space. I feel like if you don't have a ton on your plate, you don't have to be that organized. It's a necessity for me because I have so much on my plate at the moment. A lot of questions about fall fashion, which we talked about, and how I keep my energy up. I'm prioritizing sleep. I don't know if I said that already. Like, my babies have slept through the night at around 7 weeks, all 3 of them, 7 or 8 weeks. We'll see about the 4th, but I prioritize sleep so much because I'm a bear otherwise, and the whole world looks so bleak when I'm tired. Like, there's even random days where I don't get good sleep, especially at the beginning of my pregnancy, and the whole next day, just like anything would send me into tears. I myself cannot do without sleep, and so we're gonna have to try to figure that out here in February. Someone asked, when will Honey, I'm Homemaker be back? It is back next week, this coming Monday. I think this is the 5th when this is going out. So on Monday is our new season. You guys have to subscribe to our new podcast platform because my YouTube advisor said that it's probably not smart to be mixing the 2. She said brands look at that and it skews different algorithms and stuff. And it is 2 separate things. Like, Jana and I have our podcast, and then I have my YouTube channel. So we decided we're gonna move everything over to there. The old seasons will stay on my YouTube channel, but anything new going forward will be on Honey, I'm Homemaker YouTube channel. And then also you can find us on Spotify and iTunes. It's gonna be really good. Actually, all my old episodes are already up on Spotify and iTunes, so you can go rate them, you can listen to them again, you can follow. I would love if you guys would follow on whatever platform you listen to your podcast. I think I'm just gonna wrap it up now because there's so many more questions, and I would just keep going and going if I didn't have to edit this later. So maybe we'll have to do another one here in the future. Tis the season for cozy Q&As, right? Thank you for being here. Check out the Golden Hour collection with Inherit Clothing Company. I appreciate any purchases that you decide to make and just all your feedback. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.